Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, it's time for Below Grade Level. Listener beware, you're in for a scare.
Hello and welcome to Below Grade Level, the show where we take the books that we read as kids and read them as adults and ruin them. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Eaton, and with me as always is Bekah Eaton.
Hello.
And Chris Zaleski. Zoom modulated that so much you sounded like a ghost.
Good. He really did.
And joining us today to start a brand new adventure is returning champion. You might remember him from such Christopher Pike classics as Scavenger Hunt and Master of Murder. Bob Rose, welcome back, Bob.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming, especially considering the last thing we read with you wasn't released, and it was awful.
Yep, that's from what I heard, what I remember. Less said, the better.
Yes, yeah, we've talked about it too much already. Okay, so we've got two books, and we're doing something slightly different, but we've gotten like some pretty awesome comments in the last year or two, people watching on like YouTube and stuff and leaving us comments, and people have recommended a couple of books that I've never heard of before, and I've kept track of them. And so we've got you are the first guest for a new book, which we usually will let the guest pick the book that we're going to read. So I have two choices for you.
Okay.
And we don't know these books at all. But they do sound...
I promise you I don't either.
I've never heard of these, but they sound kind of awesome. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you the covers, and then I'll kind of give you the taglines, or the little synopsis of them. The first choice is called Strange... It's a book series called Strange Matter, and the book... It's like the first book in this series, and it's called No Substitutions. And this is about a substitute teacher at a junior high school. Fairfield Junior High welcomes Stacy Calhoun, the new substitute. He holds an unnatural power over his class, an appearance as unsettling as his lesson plan. His silvery eyes catch every movement, his pointy ears every whisper. After a terrifying encounter in the library, Curtis and Shelley discover a shocking secret about their temporary teacher, a secret that could cost them their lives.
Sounds like The Faculty almost.
It does.
Yeah.
So this is from 1995, and whoops, what did I just?
I wish these books had ratings like movies.
Yeah.
Like, is this a PG book? Was this a Christopher Pike book? Probably not.
I think these are both PG books, but the thing is like, in our experience, sometimes that's almost the most fucked up. Like, Kid Midas was PG, I would say, and he sent a child to hell.
I don't think I would rate that PG.
Oh man.
So the other book that you have to choose from is a series called Midnight Place, and the first book in that series is called Death Cycle. and this one is Roz Jordan and her friends are intrigued by the mysterious motorcyclist that seems to follow them everywhere, until a classmate is hit and killed by the Phantom Rider, and Roz begins to suspect that she is being stalked.
Good choice of words, calling it the Phantom Rider.
What's happening with the font at the top of that?
The kerning is all over the place.
Yeah,
it really
what's
is.
going on with that?
In the bottom, it looks like a like a Baja Fresh menu or something.
Yeah.
Are those two eyeballs on the sides of the bike? You see what I'm talking? Like where the body of the bike
Yellow?
is? It looks like there's eyeballs
yeah.
sticking out.
They do look like eyeballs.
They do, yeah.
Honestly, now I'm gonna choose. I'm factoring in the covers and the descriptions.
Yeah.
Strange Matter. It seems like it's probably gonna be a better book, but it also seems like it's familiar territory.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Death Cycle seems way dumber. And like it could be like a funny mess.
Yeah.
Because that cover's a mess.
The cover is crazy.
It's a terrible mess. I think I'm gonna lean Death Cycle.
Okay, cool.
Because of that, it seems like I don't like the other one I think I know where it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems like something I'd be more interested in seeing what kind of a mistake it was. You know,
Yeah.
like it looks like it's going to be a series of mistakes.
I'm excited about that. Okay,
and that
cool.
cover's hilarious. It really is funny.
Yeah, Chris, you
incredible.
typically will describe the cover. Chris, what's going on in this cover of Death Cycle?
All right, so at the top, in a very strange font, it says Midnight Place. And then the cover itself is what I can only imagine is what was referenced in the description, the Phantom Rider, who looks almost exactly like Ghost Rider.
Almost exactly.
And
no flames, yeah.
But
yeah,
it's not like his head looks like where the smoke is. It's like Larry David's hair.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
And yeah, that font on the bottom where it says the title, that there is a disconnect between the image and that font choice.
The font feels like they're trying to do Christopher Pike font, and it's not quite that. Like it's
it almost like it could be like a Sweet Valley High font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys encountered either of these two authors before?
No. So this author is Simon Lake, and the other authors were was it like Engel and Barnes? It's two authors for Strange Matter.
Also, Strange Matter very much seems like we got to get that Goosebumps money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It seems like familiar in many ways. That's why I prefer Death Cycle.
Yeah, Death Cycle I think is gonna be I think it's gonna be similar to like maybe a Fear Street.
Probably.
Just considering this came out in 93 and the other one came out in 95, I feel like anything that came out in like 95 on is chasing that Goosebumps money. Because there was a lot of stuff that was like just emulating Goosebumps.
To be fair, this could just be like a Ghost Rider ripoff too.
Yeah, also.
I mean, but the description didn't sound like Ghost Rider. That's not what
No.
Ghost Rider doesn't run people down with his bike.
Like
That's
children,
not-
he doesn't kill children
Yeah,
with his
doesn't kill
motorcycle.
children with-
I don't know what Ghost Rider does. What does he do?
He looks into your soul and shows you all of your.
He's the
your
spirit of
demons.
vengeance.
Yeah.
But what? How does the motorcycle factor in?
He
Well,
rides it.
He
'cause
rides it and then he comes up to you and he pulls up and he parks it and then he looks into your soul.
Johnny Blaze was he was like Evel Knievel.
His name's Johnny Blaze?
Yeah. You never saw the Nick Cage movie?
I know. I've seen like clips of it. I never actually saw.
You should watch it. It's hilarious. I mean, it's legitimately entertainingly hilarious.
Yeah.
But the original Ghost Rider was actually a cowboy on a horse, and then the spirit of the Ghost Rider was transferred into Johnny Blaze, and he's on his motorcycle because he was a stunt guy.
That's awesome.
And that's why he's on the motorcycle. Every Ghost Rider gets like a flaming skull head, and they can transform from human to, that form at any time.
And he's a good guy, right? He goes after bad guys.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he's working for like hell.
Oh, okay.
He's not. He's basically, his point is torturing bad people and showing them their own demons by looking into their soul. But he can also physically beat the shit out of you or kill you.
Yeah, but the
can
name
get
The
behind
Punisher
that.
was
Yeah.
taken, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too different than a supernatural Punisher that is the coolest looking guy ever. He just looks really cool.
See, I know they already made several Ghost Rider movies, and I'm still thinking like this would be a good movie. They should make a movie out of this. A good
They
one.
they never really cracked it because both
Yeah.
of they're not great. I like watching them. They're fun
Yeah.
as hell and they're dumb. And Nick Cage is Nick Cage,
Yeah. There's a difference sometimes between like fun and good.
I mean, yeah, they're not. They don't make much sense, but
Yeah.
I prefer the first movie, but it is like great schlock.
Yeah.
It's like excellent schlock from that time period. So
I just watched The Man with the Golden Gun. I didn't watch it because it's good.
yeah, that's,
watch it 'cause,
I love The Man with the Golden Gun, and it's kind of the schlocky,
Yeah.
James Bond era. I love that.
Yeah. There's fun to be had.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's dig into Midnight Place. Wow.
I love that it's cropped badly too. Like, Place isn't even fully.
Dare to Walk Down Midnight Place. Ooh, there's a couple other...
Daughter of Darkness.
Yeah, Daughter of Darkness, Someone's Watching, Death Cycle, and coming soon, He Told Me To.
If this one's good, I want to read all the other ones because
Yeah.
those titles are fantastic.
He told me to.
They all take place in whatever universe this is? Or...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So
The
this, I
Death
guess this
Cycle cinematic universe.
What I love is the idea that maybe Death Cycle is just one story in Midnight Place, and the rest of them are there's other crazy shit that happens.
It's like Erie, Indiana, or something. It's like just weird
Well, yeah,
stories. And
I think this page is I guess our introduction to the place. At first, it seems like an ordinary street in an ordinary neighborhood, the type you find in just about every town. But there always seems to be one street, one place that, for real or imagined reasons, generates incredible rumors about its past and present inhabitants. And sorry, Fear Street was already taken, so we had to come up with a different name. Adults usually dismiss the rumors as imagination and run wild, but kids know better. Adults blame too much television, too many horror movies, too much pizza eaten before bedtime. Kids sense that there is something different about Midnight Place. It's nothing tangible, just an eerie sensation that won't go away. Walk down the street, a street like Midnight Place, and all too soon the terror is real.
So is the town called Midnight Place or is the street called Midnight Place?
It sounds like the street's called Midnight Place.
Okay. I don't like
Hold on
it.
a second.
Yeah.
I guess Midnight Road
It
would
better
sound
be a street, because if it's not a
dumb.
street, it'll seem like a worse name.
Maybe it's a
Because Midnight
cul-de-sac.
Place
Yeah.
sounds like somebody was making a joke.
Yeah.
It's like a Midnight Place, you know.
Please read this whole page.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Some of these I am giggling too much about. Other Bantam Starfire books you will enjoy. Fire Mask by Charles L. Grant.
Oh, I thought we were reading the actual book.
That part that I just read is like the little introduction
Oh.
to Midnight Place, but
That's
then
the
this
introduction to the TV show, the anthology TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill the Teacher's Pet by Joseph Locke, Petrified by Joseph Locke, Kiss of Death by Joseph Locke, Desperate Pursuit by Gloria D. Milkowitz, Split Image by Michael French, and this is where it gets really good. Fingers by William Slater,
Jeez.
and Interstellar Pig by William Slater, and Visions of Fantasy, edited by Isaac
Can I
Asimov.
choose Interstellar Pig, actually?
I don't know. I kind of want to know what Fingers is about.
Fingers is good, but come on, Interstellar Pig.
Interstellar Pig. Okay, now we're actually starting the book.
He's got a little spacesuit helmet on. In my brain.
Yeah, definitely.
He sounds like that cat that's wailing
I
outside the
know,
door.
there's a kitten screaming outside the office door. This book is dedicated to Christopher, who, when he's old enough to read it, will understand that a lake can't hold a candle to a Vardman?
Is that a thing?
Vardeman?
Maybe that's a last name because
Yeah.
his last name is Lake, even though I just assumed that was a fake name.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's capitalized too.
Yeah. Who knows? Okay. Chapter 1. Tuesday, and I think what we've been doing is each of us reads 2 pages because these pages are, typically actually pretty short with the size of the font. Chapter 1. Tuesday was without question the worst day of the week. It was still close enough to the weekend for pleasant memories to be fresh, and so far from next Friday that it seemed impossible that a calendar could hold that many days. Under ordinary circumstances, it would have been barely tolerable. Today, however, Rosalind wondered if she would make it through last period without bursting into tears or throwing her math book through the window. Replace school with work, and this feels like just
Girl,
existence.
same.
Yeah. Simply sitting at her desk was driving her crazy. It was bad enough Bart had moved all the way to Oregon without even saying goodbye except for a hasty phone call. Bad enough some of her friends hadn't the grace not to say "I told you so," and bad enough she absolutely could not get him out of her head no matter how hard she tried. Oh, Bart. What made today worse was the weather. Spring, she thought wistfully.
May I interrupt?
Yes.
Vardman might be referring to an author
Okay.
who wrote, I don't know what you would even call these books or from what time, but I feel like looking at them tells you.
Like 70s, 80s kind of fantasy.
Yeah,
horror
like
stuff.
fantasy, sci-fi.
Yeah, fantasy
type
sci-fi.
stuff.
So
All
he
the-
was saying it doesn't compare to that. Looking at a lake doesn't compare to.
Like his books, maybe, because his name's Lake. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. That's
That's
It seems like too much of an inside joke to put in a book dedication.
It does, but there's a book called The Sorcerer's Skull by Vardman.
By Vardman.
Yeah, but Interstellar Pig.
Interstellar Pig, definitely.
They're like two guys that are like they're like grasshopper men and they're sword fighting in front of a giant
look at the skull behind them. Jesus.
All right, I'll stop Googling, but I am going to take a screenshot of this.
Spring, she thought wistfully, was supposed to be a vibrant and beautiful season. Flowers waking up to return color to the world, grass turning a vivid new green, leaves finally back on the trees where they belonged. Birds returning from
Back
their...
up on there.
Get back on that tree. Get off the ground, you fucking leaf. Birds returning from their winter homes to nests, and the air smelling different, clean, and bracing. It was also the season when she began to run in earnest, stretching her long, slender legs on the school track and around town, taking in that newly minted air and forcing winter from her lungs and bones. It was a time when she no longer felt self-conscious about her height, but used it to her advantage, helping in her drive to become the school's best long-distance runner. It was a goal that, if last season had been any indication, wasn't all that unattainable. But because of the weather, she wouldn't be able to practice either. Today just was not beautiful, and I can't run if it's not beautiful. As a matter of fact, today was rotten. Her row, in which she had the last seat by choice, was next to the first floor windows overlooking the playing fields behind Ashford North High.
What was her name again? I wasn't paying attention. I was Googling
Rosalind?
Vardman.
Rosalind.
Rosalind?
She's a tall,
She's in love
slender
with-
runner.
She's in love with Bart.
And she said that Bart moved to Oregon.
And her friends warned her not to get involved with Bart.
Oh, Rosalind.
So she has a crush who doesn't live in the state anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
It was a weird fetish where he asked people to eat his shorts.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't
Why did
do
I
it.
laugh at that?
Usually this time of year, she'd be able to see gym classes messing around on the practice fields, or some of the football players getting into shape for spring workouts, and some of the track and baseball team members puffing their lungs out on the track. But not today. Since dawn, the sky had been low and overcast, the air a miserable, motionless gray, and a constant chilly mist back in the trees looked like waiting fog. The tall classroom windows were spattered with droplets, smearing the view as they ran like skittish snakes from one pane to another. There was no wind, no breeze.
Snakes don't run.
They skitter. She sighed. It looked like November. And to make matters worse, she was stuck in last period geometry. Not just your ordinary run-of-the-mill last period geometry either. It was geometry with Mrs. Eklund, who was famous for making the subject supremely, if not terminally, boring.
Oh.
To see her name on your schedule in September was to know that your sophomore year was absolutely not going to be filled with cheer and laughter and straight A's. Miss Jordan, blinking rapidly, Roz looked to the front, trying not to appear panicked. Oh, good. I'm really glad they gave her a nickname, so I don't have to say Rosalind all the time.
But Rosalind makes me think of Battlestar. President Myers.
Oh, but that's Rosalind.
Is it Rosalind? Rosalind?
Yeah.
There's no
Oh.
D.
I didn't know that. I
In
just
Battlestar?
assumed. Yeah.
Hold on while I Google.
I mean, Ross makes me think of Frasier.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is that.
I'm listening.
It's Roslyn.
Roslyn?
Laura Roslyn.
Oh. Okay.
Put some respect on her name.
I'm sorry, it's been a while.
The teacher, in a severe black dress, her wiry salt and pepper hair looking like unruly steel wool, slapped a pointer against a complicated diagram on the blackboard.
Hot.
Her penciled eyebrows lifted in silent question, while her lips, which were practically non-existent, pursed in forced patience.
Hot.
Great, Roz thought. Just great. I don't know, she admitted, not having the faintest idea what the question had been. She braced herself then, anticipating the reprimand that surely would be like bearing her back to a cat of nine tails. No one giggled at her dilemma. No one even moved. In Mrs. Eklund's class, even breathing wrong was grounds for a week's detention. Miraculously, however, the math teacher only shook her head in exasperation and called on someone else. The class droned on. Roz sagged in relief and looked back out the window. She feigned taking notes, but she was really... I can't read today. I don't know why. It's a struggle, and I am sorry. But she really was preparing to write Bart a scathing, vicious note, part of which would include her devout wish that he take his precious damn motorcycle and ride it off the highest cliff the West Coast had.
Oh.
But instead, she stared and frowned. Something was out there.
At first, because the view was so blurred, she thought some of the seniors had rolled a boulder into the soccer field, as seniors do.
Yeah, that's...
She figured it was a practical joke, maybe, or some kind of revenge thing against one of the coaches. They were always doing something dumb like that, but when she squinted, she could see that it wasn't a rock at all. It was a motorcycle. She checked to be sure the teacher wasn't watching, and she rubbed her eyes quickly with the knuckles of one hand, stared again, and couldn't believe it. She wasn't mistaken. It was there. So what was a motorcycle doing out there in the middle of the grass? Weird. The coaches were going to have a cow if those tires ruined the turf. It was easily the largest machine she had ever seen, and it was a solid deep black from front to back, including the handlebars, which didn't seem made of chrome. She noticed that the motorcycle didn't have a windscreen, saddlebags, a support behind the seat, or reflectors that she could see. In another time, another place...
She knows a lot about motorcycles.
Yeah, really.
In another time, another place, it could have been a black stallion covered in black armor, and even in the dim afternoon light, it gleamed, almost glowed. Roz glanced once again to the front. Mrs. Eklund was scratching another problem on the board, and she quickly looked out again. This time, she nearly gasped. Someone was on it. She swallowed nervously, her right hand drifting up to her throat. Bart? Could it be Bart? Was he back? The moment the notion struck her, she almost rose from her seat in equal parts joy and rage, then told herself she was being worse than stupid. It couldn't possibly be him. He was gone, to the other side of the country, and had been there for over a month. He wasn't coming back, ever, and his bike definitely wasn't anything like that monster sitting out there. Neither was the rider anything like Bart. Even sitting down, it was clear he was tall, much taller than the boy who had stolen her heart and hadn't bothered to give it back. He was dressed in black as profound as the enormous vehicle beneath him, wearing a thick leather jacket with the collar turned up, gloves, jeans, and heavy boots. His sleek helmet was black, and the black visor was pulled down. It was as if he and his machine were made of the same ebony steel, and he sat there, just sat there, facing the school.
I know my eyes aren't very good, but how close is this motorcycle? Because she is.
I know.
She's picked out so many details.
She's like in the classroom looking out a window at the street, right?
Yes.
It's got to be pretty far.
No, it was like in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Right. Miss Jordan, she started, and stared silently at the blackboard, willing herself to come up with something, anything, that didn't sound too outrageous. One more mistake, and she'd be locked in detention for life. Isosceles triangle, she answered firmly, slipping her left hand under the desk and crossing her fingers. Miss Eklund smiled. Roz nearly fainted. The sweatered girl seated in front of her glanced over her shoulder, dropped her purple-rimmed glasses to the tip of her nose, and winked congratulations.
Ew.
What?
Okay.
Oh, God. Nice one.
Miss Bannon, is there a problem? Oh, no, ma'am, no, Melanie Bannon. And Melanie Bannon answered quickly, turning back so fast her glasses nearly fell off. She grabbed them and set them on more firmly. No problem at all, really. Wonderful. Then suppose you explain to the class, in the few minutes we have left, just how the isosceles triangle got its name. Roz swallowed a laugh and forced herself to pay attention. Math wasn't her best subject. It didn't matter who the teacher was, and she was barely squeaking by as it was. Nevertheless, she couldn't ignore the rider out there, sitting motionless in the mist. She could feel him. She could sense him. And for the first time since spotting him, she sensed he was looking not just at the building, he was looking at her. Dun, dun, dun. Now, so he's a human being, right? Like, he looks like a human being?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
the cover was throwing me off. I'm thinking like she's not seeing that guy. From
She's
the
not
cover.
seeing a skull. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like just a chattering skull.
Skull
Like
with Larry
She didn't
David
mention
hair.
the skull. She just,
Yeah.
by the way, his head was a skull.
she's like, does anyone see that? Does anyone see that out there?
Yeah.
If only the book opened that strongly.
Oh man.
A child sees a skull writing. Yeah. Okay. Now that's ridiculous, she argued to herself while Melanie fumbled through her answer. I can't see his face. How could I know where he's looking? She dared a glance. He was still there. Then the rasping roll and grating squeal of a library cart being pushed down the hall made Roz realize, with a puzzled frown, that she hadn't heard the motorcycle drive up. She also realized that the windows weren't so thick that they'd be able to smother the sound of a huge bike like that would make. His arrival should have been announced by thunder. Instead, there's just been silence. She shivered and rubbed her arm with one hand. That was wrong. Of course it was. She'd been concentrating, that's all, and simply hadn't heard him. After all, he certainly didn't just appear in place, or drop out of the sky, or rise out of the ground. That was stupid.
Or was it?
Yeah, he definitely wasn't like a hell biker. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just silly. A sudden explosive gust rattled the window pane, and Roz jumped, dropped her pencil, and watched helplessly as it rolled under Kyle Monroe's desk across the narrow aisle. The room became ominously silent.
Then Kyle scooped it deftly off the floor and handed it over with a smile. Her own grateful smile was weak and faded the moment she settled back and saw Mrs. Eklund staring at her. We're having a problem today.
Hot.
I brought my pencil. No, ma'am, Roz answered. The teacher looked at the wall clock. 1 minute. Do you think, Miss Jordan, you can hold on to that instrument long enough to take down tonight's assignment? My voice started to break as I was doing that, but I think it worked. Roz nodded, her face carefully blank. Papers whispered, chalk scratched on the blackboard, and she took one more look outside. He was gone. The field was empty. With her mouth slightly agape, she looked down at her paper and watched the numbers of the problem appear on the lines, but she couldn't feel her hand moving the pencil, couldn't hear the graphite scratch across the paper, couldn't hear herself breathe.
I feel like she's having an episode.
I know. Like, are you dying? Do you need the nurse? She looked outside again. There was nothing there but the mist, the grass, and a slow rising wind.
There's a mist?
Yeah, we're also in the mist.
Okay.
Chapter 2. There has to be a trick to it, Roz thought. There just has to be. She leaned against the back corner of the school's north side and stared intently out at the grass. Mist tickled her cheeks. There's that mist again. And her.
I feel like an alien wrote this book. Just little descriptors that don't make any sense at all.
No. You never felt the mist tickle your cheeks?
Never once in my life.
No. If I walk out.
Maybe it wasn't her face.
Oh,
Okay,
those
all right.
cheeks.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Yeah. If I mooned the mist, I would be like,
Yeah, you feel that chill.
Kinda tickles.
yeah,
Your
tickle.
bottom.
Mist tickled her bottom cheeks, and her windbreaker wasn't quite enough protection against the chill that rode the breeze because her pants were down. Her left hand pushed absently through her short black hair, tucked it behind her ears. Her eyes closed slowly, opened again, but nothing had changed. There was no depressions in the turf, no signs anything that heavy had been rolled or ridden to the place where she had seen the rider and his bike. I'm going to do one more page because those were like 2 half pages. She shook her head. How did he do it? She pushed away from the building and walked slowly toward the spot where she had seen him. The whole area was deserted, and her running shoes crunched over the wide red cinder track that served as the playing field's perimeter. When she reached the edge of the grass, she stopped and looked over her shoulder at the 2-story brick building. Her math classroom was the last one on the left, the fluorescent ceiling light still burning, and she could see Mrs. Eklund working at her desk. Chris, is that hot?
Yes.
Okay. The shades were halfway down, but Roz picked out her own desk with no trouble at all. He could have seen her, she supposed. She stepped onto the grass, walked a few feet, and checked behind her. There were footprints. True, they were faint, but the blades were still young. What the fuck?
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I do.
No one
think
says that about grass.
I think an
The
alien wrote
blades
this.
were young.
The blades were still young, still glittering with moisture, and her weight had left a trail of dark impressions so obvious that a blind man could see them with his hands. So where were the tire marks? She walked out to where she figured the bike had been, turned, and her frown deepened. A trick, she thought again. It had to be a trick. It had to be one of those trick motorcycles. She scratched her cheek lightly. Of course it had taken her a good 15 minutes to get to her locker after the last bell, grab her books, check the gym bulletin board to make sure there was no practice today, and get out here.
It might have been just long enough for the grass to bounce back. It was already difficult to find the track she'd just left, but that bike must weigh a ton. Would all traces of it vanish in just a quarter of an hour? Besides, she decided as she headed back to the street, what difference does it make anyway? Great question. Who cares who the jerk was? It was just one weird and ultimately explainable thing in one not weird and very ordinary day. Her eyes closed again, but this time it was to keep a tear from escaping. No, everything wasn't normal. If it were, Bart would be waiting at the curb to give her a ride home, his head defiantly bare of a helmet and worn sneakers on his feet instead of boots. The only reason he wore a leather jacket was because he thought it made him look cool, not because it offered him protection. I have a prediction.
Oh, what's your prediction?
I mean,
This
come
stupid
on.
kid died in a
died.
motorcycle accident, and
Yeah.
now he's Ghost Rider.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He doesn't wear fucking helmets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm writing
Okay,
it
guys.
down.
As you said it, it seemed obvious. Here's my question, though. I think that was it junior high or high school? Does anyone remember from the description?
I think it said high school. I think it said she's a sophomore.
She's a sophomore. Okay, so she's a sophomore. That's 14, 15.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Who's she dating that owns a motorcycle?
One of the Hardy
I don't know.
Boys.
Yes.
All right, call back. Yeah.
How old do you have to be to drive?
At least 16. I guess, okay.
I guess it should
Probably
be okay.
16, 17.
Yeah, I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, if you own a motorcycle, you're 26. Like, I don't know.
If he's a cocky asshole who drives without a helmet, he's probably rich.
Yeah.
Like a rich kid.
Yeah.
Who can afford a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to make apologies for it, but
Or he's so fucking cool that he like works. He worked at like a shop, like a mechanic shop, and he saved
He
up all
built
his
his
money.
own-
And he built his own bike.
Yeah.
Filling in all these details for Bart's backstory.
I swear to God, if this fucking book tells us right now who Bart was and how he got his motorcycle, I need to stop talking forever.
Bart was 26 years old. Like, oh no.
You know, she told her shadow, if you don't snap out of it, you're going to drive yourself crazy, you crazy little shadow bitch. It's normal that I'm talking to you.
Spoiler alert, you are already crazy, lady.
She forced a shudder. Why? Ugh. And with a last glance back, lengthened her stride. It was time to get home. She had work to do. As she walked, she fussed with the straps of her backpack, adjusting the weight of the books inside. She began to breathe slowly, deeply, calming herself, prepping for the long run home. Kyle had clocked it one afternoon as just a few yards short of a full mile, and she used the distance as practice when, like today, there was no practice on the track. Hey, Roz, wait up. She turned as she began to cross the school's front lawn. Melanie was cutting over from the main walk to intercept her, blonde ponytail bobbing, striped headband slipping down over one eye. I'm picturing what headband meant, but it's probably like
It's one of those things that keep your hair back.
headbands.
right?
Oh.
For some reason I was picturing like a all the way around the head.
That's what I was picturing.
But
Like
it's
a Ninja
probably just
Turtles
like the
headband?
ones from the
Yeah.
90s where
like
Karate
a,
Kid.
looks stupid.
like a solid one.
Yeah.
Not like a cloth one,
Right.
but yeah, like a hard
Like
one.
a plasticky.
Yeah. A hard headband.
Hard headband.
Yeah.
Melanie and her hard headband Roz grinned and waited. She had told her friend about the rider as soon as class had ended. Melanie had declared it to be the vengeful ghost of a student who had been secretly murdered, coming back to haunt the teacher who had done the foul deed.
Sounds like Melanie beat you to your theory.
Did Melanie
Only
kill
a little
somebody?
Yeah.
So what did you find out? Melanie asked, jerking a thumb back toward the field. Ross sighed. Nothing. No tracks, no body, no nothing. Melanie nodded thoughtfully. Of course. A ghost has no weight, see? So it can't leave tracks.
See?
Yeah.
See?
See?
Roz's smile became a grin. She would have laughed aloud, but Melanie, despite her solid ranking in the class's top 15, actually believed in the supernatural. Ghosts and monsters, reincarnation and channeling were all real to her. Those who didn't accept them, she claimed, were just closing their minds to the real world around them, man.
Yeah.
Preach. At the sidewalk, they turned left and hadn't taken 5 steps when a hand tapped Roz's shoulder, and a tall, muscular boy in a school jacket jumped in front of her, grinning cockily. Cocking grinningly. She sighed but smiled politely. Melanie just rolled her eyes. Johnny Reardon was a junior, a baseball player, and one of the few guys near Roz's age who didn't have to stretch to look her in the eye. "Going to the movies tonight," he announced. "You want to go?" "It's Tuesday, bozo," Melanie answered in disgust. "There's school tomorrow, remember?" Reardon ignored her. "A new Dirty Harry," he winked. "It could be fun."
A new
What
Dirty
year
Harry?
was this? What year
I
was
was just going to say 93.
I mean,
Raj-
there's certain new Dirty Harrys in the 90s, but kids looking forward to Dirty
Yeah.
Harrys.
I hear he's 60 now.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Raj shook her head and lifted a hand in regret. "Sorry, I have a bio test tomorrow." "You'll ace it. You always do," he insisted. "Come on, what do you say?" Raj shook her
You
head
sound like
again.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Raj shook her head again and was surprised to see actual disappointment flicker across his eyes. Then it was gone, and he shrugged with one shoulder. "Your loss." He sprinted away without a goodbye, head up, chest out, turning once to shrug again
I'm
before
imagining
darting across the street.
He's
That is
definitely
very
Napoleon Dynamite. Holy
Your
shit. Your loss. Oh.
He likes you, Melanie said, as if it were the kiss of death. Roz grunted. "Ugh, I don't think so. His ego won't let him like anybody but himself." Melanie laughed. "Still, jerk and all, I think he likes you." She hesitated. "Lots of guys around here like you, you know. I could name at least a zillion of them personally who would like to." Roz threw her hands up impatiently. "Melanie," she warned. Okay, just thought you should know." Sure, Roz thought. They're just lining up around the corner, waiting to catch a glimpse of Rosalind Jordan, the stork. As written, not improvising. They walked on in companionable silence, turned left at the next corner, and let the school day drift away with the school building. By the time they had left the fields behind, the mist had cleared, and the freshness of the air accentuated the unmistakable scent of new leaves and grass. Dark earth turned in gardens, and over on one corner a house newly painted.
I realize it's been a while since I've been a child in school, but was it such a huge... I feel like it's a big trope in these books for a girl to be so tall that she must be ugly because she's so tall. Like, is that a thing? Like, when we were kids, if you were a girl and you were tall, would you be made fun of for being tall?
Probably.
Okay.
I think so in the 90s, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were anything that wasn't
Normal.
normal, like if you were too skinny or
Yeah.
too overweight or
Yeah.
too tall or too short, like literally anything that isn't
Average.
average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a lady friend who's too tall, and she's told me that she was bullied for it her whole life. So
Really?
yeah, that's the thing.
That's so dumb. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Not to be like, well, I never made fun of anybody, but like, I don't think I ever made fun of a girl for being tall. Like, you fucking tall, you freak bitch.
I don't
Yeah,
even
but
know why that's an insult.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah.
picture like preteen boys,
Yeah.
teen boys, and there's a girl that's taller than you.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just gonna try to knock
They
her
view-
down a
they
peg.
view her as
Yeah.
a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock her down. Yeah, exactly. You stork.
You big stork. Meanwhile, I'm like, God, I wish I was 2 inches taller so I could reach the stuff in the cabinet.
Roz inhaled deeply, held it, released it slowly, only half listening as Melanie chattered on about this, that, and a dozen other things, including, she suddenly realized, a near fight Kyle had with Forbin Gray.
I'm so sorry, what?
Tell me everything about
Forbin.
Forbin Gray.
Forbin Gray.
What
Is
kind of
Ky-
parents?
Is Kyle that guy that just came up? Is Kyle Napoleon Dynamite?
No, that
I
was
didn't remember.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny
Who
Reardon.
the fuck is Kyle?
I don't know. She's
Okay.
mentioned Kyle twice now. He has not.
Okay.
They didn't give him a
happened.
last name though, right?
No, I don't think so.
You're kidding, she said, astonished. Kyle?
Oh, nothing happened. Mr. Marquette stopped them. She explained that Forbin. Fucking name.
It's a family
Who
name.
names their child Forbin?
He's got to be from like the rich family in town.
It
Yeah.
has to be.
It's probably like Forbin the Fourth.
Yeah. She explained that Forbin and the half dozen creeps who hung out with him were ragging on Kyle between classes about his western boots, calling him cowboy, asking
See,
for
it
his
did take a
horse.
lot.
Oh man.
There's a lot of horse stuff.
There is.
So
I
far,
mean, it's
yeah.
making me think of like what you were just saying about Ghost
Ghost Rider, yeah.
Yeah, the original Ghost Rider was on a horse. Calling him cowboy, asking for his horse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Kyle, who had moved east from Wyoming during the summer, hadn't said a word, at least none that Melanie could hear. Then Forbin said something else, I don't know what, and you should have seen Kyle. His face got all red and everything. Jewel Landborn was with me, and she thought Kyle was going to pull out a gun or something. Then Mr. Marquette comes out and breaks it up. She shuddered and grinned. But I'll tell you, there was going to be blood on the streets. No kidding. Roz couldn't believe it. Kyle Monroe in a fight. Impossible. He was about the gentlest, quietest guy she ever knew. She'd always believed he wouldn't even swear if he whacked his thumb with a hammer. Obviously, she was wrong.
Ned Flanders.
But thinking of what Forbin... Sorry. Thinking of what Forbin might have said to set her friend off reminded her for no reason of the guy she had seen outside of class. She wondered aloud how he pulled off his disappearing act. Melanie didn't even blink at the abrupt change of subject. But I told you, ghosts. Mel, Roz said sternly. Okay, so if it wasn't a ghost, maybe you didn't really see him. I wasn't hallucinating. Eklund wasn't that boring. The light, the weather, all that stuff. Melanie's voice lowered in chiding disapproval. The way you've been acting lately, it could have been a stupid cow and you wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, because a cow in the middle of the
Stupid
fucking
cow.
football
Looks
field
like a
would be way more normal.
Looks like a dumbass fucking stupid cow out there.
Mistaking a cow for a leathered biker.
Yeah.
As a human man on a motorcycle.
And if it was a cow, where were the hoof prints, Melanie?
Right? That's true. No, it's
Where
a good
does leather
point.
come from?
Right.
the blades were new, but not new enough for hoof
The
prints.
blades were young.
The blades were young.
I did hear a cowbell.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a motorcycle, but I did hear
Here.
ding, ding,
I
ding.
did hear some
I hear some
chewing of
mooing
cud.
and purring. Roz said nothing. There was nothing to say. Her best friend was right. Bart Corey had not been one of the most well-liked kids in Ashford
Christ, these
North
names.
High School. And Melanie hadn't been shy about voicing her concern every chance she had.
I didn't write down anything about Jewel. Who was Jewel? What
I
was
don't think it
what's her
matters
deal?
yet.
There's
I
too
don't
many
think
kids.
I don't think she's like integral yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm waiting for.
I'll wait on her.
I'm waiting for these characters to speak before I even write their names down.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I just want Forbin. I want to know what Forbin is.
I had to
That's
I
write
all.
can't wait for the
down.
Forbin chapter.
Kyle's gonna sound like Sam
Forbin's
Elliott.
origin. That's the name of it. Okay. Melanie hadn't been shy about voicing her concern every chance she had, and when she did, she'd been more than a little blunt. She thought he was a slob, he was cruel, he treated Roz like dirt, and he wasn't even all that good looking. Nobody, least of all Melanie, could understand what fascinated her so about a guy like that.
He had a motorcycle.
Yeah, right. He had a leather jacket.
Yeah, case closed. He had a
He
motorcycle.
wasn't Forbin.
Yeah.
It isn't fascination, Roz had told her defensively. It's love, and you can't decide who you're going to fall in love with. It just happens. It just happens, she thought now, and it doesn't go away just because he goes away. Melanie cleared her throat loudly. Roz looked over and saw a scowl and realized she was wearing her thoughts again.
Chris, what were you going to say about Kyle?
Oh, whenever he shows up, he's going to sound like Sam Elliott.
Oh, because of the cowboy boots.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But he's got to be. Well, I guess Sam Elliott can be quiet and gentle.
Well, Sam Elliott played the original Ghost Rider in the movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm very gullible.
I feel like we should watch Ghost Rider.
We have, but
it's a pretty schlocky, dumb movie.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So there's two of them. There's a Nick Cage one and a.
There's two Nick Cage.
There's two Nick Cage ones.
Yeah,
The second Nick Cage one is okay. It was directed by the Crank guys.
I hated.
It's
Crank.
this. It should have been better than it was. Let's just say that.
Oh my God, Sam Elliott wasn't.
Yeah, Sam Elliott's the original Ghost Rider.
That's fucking awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
He plays the caretaker.
Right.
She managed an apologetic smile. Melanie was skeptical, but didn't pursue it. So, Linda's coming over to help cram for bio tonight. You in? I don't know. Dad's working late at the mill on his breakfast patent.
The old mill.
The old mill. Bob, we just finished reading the third Hardy Boys book, The Secret of the Old Mill from 1927. Okay. So this is extremely different.
You're going your mill era.
Yeah. It's mill summer for us. It's old mill summer. Yeah, exactly.
Mill summer.
Dad's working late at the mill and Mom's still got the flu, so it's my turn to make supper. Immediately, Melanie clutched her throat with both hands and gagged. Oh, God, no! Please don't invite me over, okay? Please, I beg you! She staggered to the curb, reeled back, and collided with Roz. Torture! Torture! Run for your lives! She cried to the empty street. She's cooking tonight! Roz punched her face. Melanie yelped in mock agony and started to run, Roz trotting after her, laughing so hard she could barely put one foot in front of the other. They're having fun.
They are. That's cute.
The roar of a distant motorcycle
Melanie's gonna die.
stopped them in their tracks. Oh no, I hope not.
I hope not too.
She believes in ghosts. She's got to be the
Oh yeah, she's gotta last a while.
She's got to last a while so she can be like.
She's gonna solve it.
She's gonna pull out a Ouija board at one point so that they can talk to the death cycle writer.
Yes.
I feel like
almost
this
a Ghost Rider.
This is almost going to be a Roz and Melanie adventure. Like they're kind of a duo.
Yeah, I hope so.
Our POV characters, Roz.
Yeah. A roar of a distant motorcycle stopped them in their tracks. They turned and looked up the corner. The sidewalk was empty. The tarmac deserted. Nothing moved on the lawns that they could see. Nothing moved in the trees. The noise grew louder. Feeling like a complete jerk and yet unable to stop herself, Roz stepped to the curb and checked the street both ways. She saw it coming toward her from the west. A large black motorcycle rode the white line, its driver hunched over. Every few seconds, the engine sputtered, then roared again as it picked up speed through an intersection 2 blocks away. Melanie stood open-mouthed on the pavement, shifting nervously from side to side as if trying to decide which way to run. Him? She whispered, hoarsely, a trembling finger trying to point. Is it him? Roz? Is it? Roz? Him? Roz just stared. Without the blurred view she had from the classroom, the bike didn't look nearly as big. The rider not nearly as formidable or mysterious, and it was definitely loud, the bellowing engine echoing briefly off the houses it passed, the down and up whine of shifting gears almost giving the machine a voice. I'm coming! A block away, it swerved into the right-hand lane and veered close to the gutter. Roz, Melanie said fearfully. Something is not right, Roz thought. And she almost cried out when the rider abruptly straightened, slammed on the brakes, and wrestled with the handlebars, tilting the bike into a hissing, sideways skid straight at her.
Is she still standing in the middle of the street?
I think she's on the curb. I think she's on the sidewalk.
Yeah, she's on the curb, I think.
Chapter 3. Roz saw it all in dreadful slow motion, as if she weren't really there, but only watching it on a screen. The bike hissing across the damp blacktop in a tortured, tilted skid, the rider grimly fighting to turn the wheel, a brief wisp of smoke from beneath the rear tire as the tread tried to grip the slick, damp road. Then Melanie grabbed her arm and yanked her clear, and the bike slammed against the curb, wobbled, rebounded, and spun into a tight circle that took it back out to the middle of the street. Miraculously, it didn't topple. It stopped, and the driver took off his helmet and wiped a forearm across his face. "Wow," he said, grinning broadly. "Man, that was something, huh?"
What the fuck? Did you just buy it? Like,
I just read ahead.
Please be Forbin. Please be Forbin.
Astonished that he didn't even seem to care that he'd almost hit her, Roz glared at him furiously while, at the same time, trying to stop her heart from climbing out of her mouth. Her legs had turned to soft rubber, her throat was dry, and when she tried to speak, nothing came out but a harsh croak. "Almost got you," he said, still grinning. He hooked his helmet onto the end of a handlebar and pushed his hands back through his hair, patting it into place with careful practiced palms. "Forbin, you are the biggest, the most."
yes.
Melanie sputtered to helpless silence, swallowed, then searched the ground for something to throw. That was pretty funny. "Hey," said Forbin Gray, unconcerned. "It was an accident, okay? I didn't mean to get that close." Roz looked down at her knuckles. They closed into fists, her knuckles white, her wrists so rigid they were trembling. She looked up and Forbin shrugged, grinned, bounced on the seat twice, and gunned the engine.
That's an insane series of things to do. Shrug,
So
grin,
Forbin-
boing, boing. That's classic Forbin.
Finally, she found her voice, strained and touched with fury.
Oh, man.
Nice. Real nice. Maybe you need to learn how to swear, too.
Yeah.
Melanie picked up a length of branch, tossed it away, picked up a stone, and judged it too small. Come on, Stork. Can't you take a joke? Joke? That was a joke? Jesus, you could have killed me, you stupid. He laughed, slipped on the helmet, and snapped up the visor. No way, lady. No way. I know exactly what I'm doing. She wanted to strangle him. She wanted to tear his heart out and shove it down his throat.
Gonna do. But I love it.
Desperately, she wanted to hand him some kind of revenge, but she couldn't move. Her legs were still too weak, and a trembling chill had begun to work its way up her spine. Motorcycles just did something to her. With a noise of disgust, she turned and marched away, a glare at Melanie, ordering her to follow. "Hey!" Forbin called. "If you want, I'll give you a ride to Oregon, Stork. What do you say?" She didn't react, though she felt the barb lodge sharply in the center of her back, and she didn't say a word when he laughed loudly and long above the pulsing roar of the engine. Didn't look when he peeled out and sped past her, taking the next corner at such a sharp angle that he nearly lost control again. And it sounded like this.
You know what it's making me think of is fucking Steve Martin from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Just
Just this bike jumping through the air.
yes.
I'll kill him, Melanie muttered.
Oh my god.
Get in line.
So I just want to be clear about something. She dated a guy who was his name again?
Bart.
Bart. Bart was a motorcyclist.
Yep.
She's seeing a mysterious motorcyclist,
Yeah.
and Forbin has just newly acquired a motorcycle.
Yeah. Bob, I was thinking the exact
there's three
same thing.
in play. There's three motorcycle things happening.
And I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and guess there's going to be one or two other kids with motorcycles.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like this book would do that.
Like, this
Okay.
seems like a
Everyone
motorcycle
in town has a fucking motorcycle.
yeah.
It's a motorcycle town.
It's a motorcycle town.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's Bike
was-
Town, USA.
No, it's Midnight Place.
That's just one
But
street.
if it was okay, let
that's
me
right.
posit this though: if it was a motorcycle town, would she be that shocked at seeing a motorcycle out her window?
I
If
guess
everyone's got motorcycles.
She did know a lot about motorcycles.
She did
though.
know a lot. Yeah,
just did. Maybe her
That's-
dad works at the
explains
motorcycle
that.
mill, where they pump out the motorcycles.
They're milling motorcycles all day and night,
He's just
24/7.
He's on the assembly line, just going cha-chunk, 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 just putting the fenders on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get issued one in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. I swear to God, I'll kill him even if he's dead. Roz didn't answer. A dull heat throbbed at the back of her head, and her eyes burned. She lengthened her stride, began to swing her arms stiffly, and ignored Melanie's protest that she couldn't keep up. At Markin Street, two silent blocks later, Melanie touched her arm to say goodbye, asking again if she wanted to come over to study, but Roz shook her head stiffly, forced a farewell smile, and marched on. A block later, she broke into a trot. Another block, and she was running, seeing nothing of the houses that slipped up to and away from her, paying no attention to the few people she saw, the few cars that passed her. Anger rode her shoulders, urging her to go faster.
Like a motorcycle.
Burning her cheeks. A lot of cheek stuff. Burning her cheeks, filling her lungs with fire. The world became a blur.
It was taco day at school.
Automatically, she hooked her thumbs through the backpack straps and readjusted the weight when it shifted to one side. Her breathing steadied when she grew slightly dizzy, and her legs soon assumed an easy gait, her arms pumping smoothly as she fell into the comforting, familiar rhythm. She blanked her mind. Forbin was gone, Melanie was gone, and she was alone at last, running evenly, each part of her knowing it's a job and doing it well.
Fuck running. You can't make running sound cool.
Yeah.
It sucks and I hate it.
Fuck
Good for
running.
her, but fuck running.
Do I still have a page? Or
Yeah.
Okay. She was alone with the sound of her breathing and the slap of her shoes on the pavement, while the soft whistle of a self-made wind
As opposed to
rushed past her ear. Did she fart? A self-made wind.
Oh, because she's running.
Oh, she's running.
I
Okay.
thought this wind was like, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps.
Oh, okay.
It's a
By the-
self-made wind.
I thought that was a fart. By the time
Could be.
by the time she reached the first tree of Jenner Grove, Forbin was less than a memory, and the near accident could have been just a dream. Then she realized where she was and pulled up slowly. She finally stopped and put her hands on her hips and bent over, easing herself off the run. She was back in the real world, in the area of Ashford known as Darwin Manor, a development whose curved streets and houses lay just north of Midnight Place.
Yes.
Ooh, he said it.
He said it.
Brother, she thought, what a rotten day. Brother.
She's Hulk Hogan.
What do you call Hogan? Brother. Brother, she thought, what a rotten day. That night, the mist returned as a drizzle and soon became a steady rain. A desultory wind. I've never seen that word before. Desultory. Wind
Desultory.
Desultory, or whatever. Wind traveled with it, and she listened as it slapped against the pane of the attic window.
A lot of slapping, too, so far.
Yeah.
A lot of slapping
Live in
and
the
tickling.
attic.
And, yeah. Dinner hadn't been quite the disaster she feared, probably because her mother was too sick to interfere. Not that her mother was a nag, she was a perfectionist, especially where the kitchen was concerned. Her father had praised her lavishly, so much so that she blushed. Her mother, wrapped in an oversized worn bathrobe, nodded in agreement while wishing she could really taste what she'd just eaten.
Then she'd sneezed hard enough to rock her chair back, and Roz had immediately hustled her back to bed. She said nothing about the mysterious bike at school or Forbin's idiotic stunt afterward. She just cleaned up, made sure her father was comfortable in his favorite chair, and climbed the stairs to her bedroom, where she spent the rest of the night studying. This is depressing. She loved being in the attic. Oh, she does live in the attic. She loved being in the attic, away from the rest of the house. The window seat allowed her a private view of the street. She got to know every comforting sound of wind and rain, hail and snow on the roof. And it was private, quiet, and filled with books and stuffed animals.
Sounds really nice.
It does sound actually really nice. Posters on the walls and on the slanted ceiling. Yeah, it's like the ceiling is just one big slant. And she's probably got Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cozy.
She sat in the window now, knees hugged to her chest. If she rested her head against the pane, she could see at the end of the street, far to her left, the Grove. That's capital G, Grove. A long stretch of thickly bunched evergreens some claimed were as old as the town itself. The grove was long and deep with a shallow creek running down its center. On the other side was Midnight Place. She yawned. Her eyes closed, snapped open, and she swung her legs around to the carpeted floor, yawned again, and decided there was no sense trying to study anymore. If she didn't know her bio by now, she certainly wasn't going to learn it by first period tomorrow. She stood then and massaged the back of her neck and was about to undress when she heard a knock on her door. Her mother softly called her name. "I'm still up," she called as she made her way to the open stairwell. The door opened below. Her mother squinted. "You had a phone call," she said. "I told him you were studying and to call back tomorrow." "Mom! Weren't you studying?" "Well, yes." Her mother spread her arms.
Sound like Tally
Like who?
from Tally from South Park,
Oh.
or Mr. Hanky or something. Like that.
Her mother spread her arms. "So what's the problem?" Roz plunked herself down on the top step and shook her head. "Mom, it could have been important." "School is important. Phone calls for you aren't. Not in the middle of the night." Her mother leaned against the jamb and folded her arms across her ample chest. Damn.
Whoa!
Hang on, let me get my arms across these things. Oh, shit.
It's like the author. By the way, Roz's mom had mommy milkers.
Yeah. By the way, she's stacked. Yeah. She was short, very round, and made herself look larger by wearing loose-fitting dresses. Her father was the same, except his weight had gone mainly to his waist. Roz was taller than both of them. "So," her mother said, "you studied?" "Yes, Mom, I studied." What is this?
I don't know. Her mother nodded. "So." Roz nodded too and waited. She knew that tone well. It meant something was up. It probably wasn't good, and she was probably in some kind of minor trouble. Major trouble brought her father bellowing through the door without a knock. Her mother pulled a tissue from her sleeve and blew her nose, then fussed unnecessarily with her waist-long hair, which every night she wound into a loose bun at the back of her neck. "So Mrs. Rossman called a little while ago." Roz rolled her eyes. Mrs. Rossman was notorious throughout several neighborhoods for not missing anything, literally anything. That's like neighbor you were telling me about from your childhood, tattling on you.
The one that tattled
doing
on me?
donuts and stuff.
Because I stole a street sign and I set off fireworks.
Yes.
I set off fireworks on a bridge that like ran over some railroad tracks with a friend, and there's like little firecrackers. And then I came home, and then my mom said, "You were setting off fireworks," and I was like, "How the fuck did you know?" And a neighbor called her and said, "I saw your son playing with matches." Fucking
neighborhood
snitches.
tattletales. A shrub was dying, and the old woman not only knew it, but knew how to save it. Well, that's helpful.
Yeah.
A kid was late for school, and she knew the parents and the phone number. If a kid kissed his girlfriend on the way home, Mrs. Rossman bent someone's ear for an hour about sex in the streets and how kids in her day barely even held hands. She also handed out more candy than anyone at Halloween, gave flowers to several churches every Sunday for the altar, and adopted every stray animal she could find until she found each one a home. So she sounds kind of nice, just a little puritanical.
Little busybody,
yeah.
Puritan.
Yeah, busybody, but like heart of gold.
A church lady, if you will.
She makes up for it at Halloween.
Yeah.
All the candy. Roz smiled to herself. "So," she said to her mother, "how is Mrs. Rossman?" Fine. She says you nearly got yourself killed today. Some boy ran you down with a motorcycle."
Forbidden!
Roz relaxed. It wasn't as bad as she feared. "I didn't get run down, Mom, okay?" She explained what happened as simply as she could. "I don't know why you hang around boys like that," her mother said. She was just in the street, and a boy came barreling toward
She was
her.
literally walking home.
"I don't," she protested. "Forbin is a total jerk. I can't stand his guts." "Nice talk for a lady," her mother chided her with
Jesus.
a smile.
Good God.
"And you hung around with that other boy, remember? That other boy." Not even when Bart lived in Ashford did either of her parents call him by name. They hadn't liked him from the second they'd met him after a school basketball game, yet they hadn't forbidden her to see him. They also knew their daughter all too well. "Bart's different," Roz said softly. Her mother sighed and planted a kiss on her head. No, not really. Now go to bed. She spun away and sneezed.
That's awesome.
Go to bed, she said, and coughed harshly.
Jesus
Here,
Christ.
is
take
kinda
some
funny.
flu with you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I want to know what he's doing to give people like the worst
Yeah.
first impressions.
Yeah.
Is he like Dennis from It's Always Sunny or something? Is that awful?
God. When the spasm passed, she thumped her chest with a fist, blew her a kiss, and shut the door. I can't remember if that was one page or two.
That was 2.
That was two. Okay.
Roz took her time undressing as the rain fell more heavily, and the wind restlessly prowled along the eaves. When she was ready, she switched off the bedside lamp and knelt on the window seat for one last look at the street, at the dark houses across the way, at the water slipping like streams of ice past the street lamps. Then she rocked back quickly, a hand at her mouth and her eyes wide. He was out there! Several houses down toward Midnight Place, the motorcycle crouched in the middle of the blacktop, steam rising from its side as the rain struck it, the rider facing north. Oh my God, she thought. She glanced at the stairwell and decided not to tell her parents. By the time she did, the rider would probably be gone. Instead, she leaned forward cautiously, a palm against the cold glass, and tried to find him. He was gone. But he was there, she whispered to the night. She wiped the glass with her hand. He was. For 10 minutes, then 15, she knelt there, watching, but he didn't return. If, she told herself, he'd been there at all.
God.
But she was sure that he had been. Slowly, she slipped back to the floor and crawled into bed. A gentle glow from the street reminded her she hadn't closed the drapes, but she didn't want to get up. He might have returned. He might be watching. Clutching the light blanket to her chin, she stared at the ceiling, at the streaks of shadow rain that slid along the plaster and the faces on the posters. And just before she fell asleep, she thought she heard the sound of an engine rumbling quietly through the storm.
Shadow Rain would have been a good AOL screen name.
Oh, man. That would have been.
Shadow Rain 69, baby.
Yes.
One more chapter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, here, read this. That was a short page, so read this one.
All right. Chapter 4. The cafeteria was jammed and noisy, the lines long and slow, and the teachers assigned to keep chaos to a minimum had wisely decided to remain clustered by the doors and let the kids have their way as long as they didn't kill each other or tear the place apart. The reason was simple. The storm was gone. The temperature had risen and the entire school had been infected with an instant massive dose of of spring fever. Roz sat at a table by the windows, complaining to anyone who would listen about the morning's biology test and how unfair it had been.
She knew she had passed with flying colors, but it didn't make any difference. It was a major test, and as a student you had an obligation to complain. Melanie sat opposite her with Linda Panamar. Am I saying that right? Panamar? Okay. With Linda Panamar,
Yeah,
who had
Panamar.
already been in trouble twice today because she had decided to wear a pale blue blouse that was a little too sheer for the arbiters of the dress code. She didn't care. Proud of her African-American heritage, Linda was not only outspoken on human rights, but student rights as well. Man, Linda said gleefully, you should have seen Principal Lee when I told her that I have a constitutional right to wear this blouse. She slapped the table with her palm and laughed. God, I love it.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
You're going to look at these titties.
Yeah. Roz laughed. Melanie shook her head in mild disapproval and then decided not to go up to the food counter again, just to get some unnamed dessert that no doubt tasted, as always, like wet cardboard. My figure doesn't need it anyway, Linda agreed, the most slender and curvaceous of the three. 1 pound and I'm a blimp. Oh, right, Roz said. 1 pound and you'll look like you're starving, not already dead.
Jesus.
A scuffle at the back of the room.
Skinny.
Can't be too skinny.
Too
Yeah,
tall.
can't be
Yeah.
skinny. You gotta be perfect.
You gotta be average but perfect.
Or else you're gonna be haunted by a motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
A scuffle at the back of the room distracted them for a while, and after a teacher had marched the grumbling offenders off to the front office, the girls stared longingly out the window at the sunshine, the bright green, the promise of warmth that spread over the north side lawn. I still have a page, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It made them feel as if they were stuck in a prison or in a bad dream. Suddenly, a dark figure outside crossed Roz's view, faceless and large, and she nearly stood until she realized it was one of the groundskeepers sputtering along on a small dark red tractor.
But he didn't have a face?
No.
He has no face, but
Yeah.
the biker has a
Oh, it's
face.
just that faceless groundskeeper. We try not to talk to him.
Yeah, you don't acknowledge the help.
The one who's constantly on fire. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
She put a hand to her throat, felt her pulse racing, and told herself that this wasn't doing her nerves one bit of good. Nevertheless, she couldn't help wondering who the bike rider was, why he had shown up in her neighborhood last night. It wasn't that he frightened her, although he certainly didn't make her feel comfortable, and it wasn't that she felt threatened by him. But he didn't do anything. He just sat there.
Jesus Christ.
She
I am the
scowled.
spirit of puberty.
I am sloth. Lazy. She scowled faintly, and when Melanie wanted to know what was wrong, debated whether or not to tell them what had happened. But she wasn't quick enough to think of a convincing lie, so she told them.
Okay.
Gray again? Melanie snapped. That? No, Roz said. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I could tell. I don't think it was him.
A secret admirer, Linda suggested instantly. A sappy look crossed her face. A man too shy to express his devotion to you, and so he must admire you from afar. She clasped her hands to her chest and fluttered her eyelashes. Isn't it all just too romantic? Melanie choked and had to be pounded on the back. Roz giggled. Some secret admirer. He didn't even send me flowers. Ah, Linda said, but tonight you must leave your window open a little so he can climb the rose trellis and hand you a token of his undying love. My room's in the attic, remember? So he uses a ladder, so what? You two are disgusting, Melanie declared. She leaned across the table. Aren't you scared or anything? Roz shrugged. I don't know. I don't think so.
Why are they disgusting? They're like saying he's going to give her roses.
Yeah.
Not like go to Pound Town or something.
Or yeah, he's not going to steal you.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should tell your dad. Roz imagined her father listening patiently to the story, his deep, rasping voice demanding to know who this boy was. She also imagined him heading straight for the door to confront him. No, she said slowly. I don't think that's a good idea. Jesus. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Roz grinned at Melanie. I thought he was a ghost and couldn't hurt me. The bell rang just as Melanie said, God, Roz, get real. What? Between Jim and history, Johnny Reardon cornered Roz by her locker, asking her out again that night, and again she turned him down. This time, he wasn't quite so glib in accepting the refusal, and she wondered if Melanie was right, that he really liked her. No. That was silly. Why would a boy ask you out twice if he liked you?
Yeah, what the fuck? Maybe Roz is an idiot.
Roz is hung up on Bart and is being haunted by Bart, probably.
And getting asked out by one guy and wondering if that guy likes her.
Yeah. Reardon was a notorious ladies' man, and she'd only be another notch on his dating gun.
What?
What?
It's when cowboys used to kill people, they would notch their guns.
Oh.
How many men they've killed. It's a weird.
Is
It
that
is a weird
real?
way to use that, but it's a thing that was in movies and history.
As I was reading,
Why not bedposts?
That's what I was.
Where that would
yes.
make actual sense.
That would make more sense.
Make
Right.
more
Fall
sense.
Out
I
Boy
agree.
wasn't out yet.
I was just saying that notching your gun is a thing that existed.
Yeah.
It's
That-
used wrong here.
That helps me with my sanity.
Yeah.
But it's still such a strange choice.
Or
when
a notch in your belt.
I started
Yeah.
reading notch, be another notch, my brain auto ended the sentence with a bedpost. Because
Yeah.
that's it's like
Yeah.
if you that's a saying. You sleep with a lot of people, you make
Which
notches on
probably
your
came
bedpost.
from the gun
notching
thing.
your gun.
Yeah.
Notch on your dating gun makes it sound like you're carving little like scritches into your
Into your
dick.
dick, yeah.
Just like
God, it's all
another
scarred
one
up.
down. Ow, 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 ow.
The way that this author describes body parts is interesting for
He's
sure.
an alien.
What the fuck? Okay. Besides, she didn't like him. That was that. And if he asked her again, she'd tell him to his face. She found herself thinking about the motorcycle rider. Oh, did she? As she practiced after school. The day was perfect for running. Not too warm, not too cool. She used the slap of her shoes on the cinder track, the shouts of the others, and the whistles of the coaches as a way of clearing her mind.
Yeah, sounds so relaxing.
I hate that. Like, I know that's a thing that people say, people who run, where they're like, you run, and then at a certain point you get into like a whatever, like running zone. It's like meditation. Yeah. And like, I guess I believe them. But also, I think they're lying. I've never experienced that.
There is a rush apparently that comes with heavy exercise in all forms. So I personally never reached that.
Same. Runner's high, is that what that's what it's called?
Yeah.
Never gotten there, and I don't care to. The day was perfect running. I already read that. She couldn't put the biker out of her mind. Who was he? She grinned and almost lost her rhythm. Maybe Linda was right. Maybe he was a secret admirer, and wouldn't that just make Bart crazy with jealousy? Bart hasn't talked to you?
Are they, like, yeah. I mean, they have phones. This
Yeah.
is 1993.
Bart hasn't talked to
Are they
you.
even speaking?
And,
Well, he's dead. He's probably dead.
and it kind of seems like
He's definitely
she's
dead.
the one developing a crush on this mysterious bike rider.
Yeah.
And if he calls her angrily, she should tell him to don't have a cow, man.
Jesus Christ.
How ugly is Forbin? That even though he has a bike and everything, he's not even remotely a source of attraction.
Yeah.
Well, you heard what he sounded like.
Yeah, he just sounds like a fucking asshole.
You know what I'm
But she
picturing?
apparently likes assholes because Bart's
Yeah.
an asshole.
Yeah.
So
I'm
But
picturing...
this guy's mysterious.
Was it like the bully from the Doug cartoon? Was his name Skeeter?
Roger
Roger's the
Klotz.
friend.
Roger Klotz. Yeah.
Skeeter's the friend?
Yeah.
Roger-
Skeeter's the best friend. Yeah.
Okay. Roger what?
Klotz.
Okay. That's who I'm picturing as Forbin.
I don't remember what he looks like, and I watched a
His
lot
skin
of
was
Duck.
That's
green.
good. That's a good Forbin. That's
Yeah.
a good Forbin.
Because didn't he
Yeah.
have like a really annoying high-pitched voice?
Yeah, and he had a leather jacket.
And he had a leather
Yeah.
jacket!
Oh, yeah.
That's
He
why
wore a
I'm
leather
thinking
jacket.
of him.
Right.
That's
That guy.
100% who
I
I'm
forgot
picturing.
about that guy.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his face. He looks like such an asshole.
That piece of shit from Doug.
Look at
Fucking
his
Doug.
rude
Look
ass
Yeah,
eyebrows.
look at Forbin. He's such a Forbin.
That he is a Forbin.
I blame Roger Klotz that we never got Doug's second movie
Ah.
because never mind. The first movie was
that's-
called First Movie.
That was good. I liked it.
That's a deep cut Doug joke for all you Doug
Yeah.
heads out there.
Big Doug head.
What was this band called?
Oh man.
It was a good
Fuck,
name. It was a
good
good
name.
name.
The band he liked was called The Beats.
Oh,
I-
maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I thought he
I
had
remember
a band.
Quail Man.
I
Quail
thought he was
Man.
in the Beats.
And the song
it's
his
his favorite
band did was Banging on a Trash Can.
Well, the Beats' famous song was Killer Tofu.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Beats were like the Beatles. Weren't they British?
But they were based on the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Doug have a band? Am I making that up?
He
I
did.
don't remember Doug. Did he?
Yeah, and he wore like a giant gray suit, like what's his face from the Talking Heads.
Oh right, David Byrne.
We didn't deserve Doug.
We really did.
I mean, we got a good dose of Doug.
Yeah.
Back in the day, so.
Okay. I can. What's happening?
Good dose of Doug.
I'm
That's-
looking up
That'll
if
be
Doug
John
was in a
Walker's new
band.
podcast.
What did you say?
Good dose of Doug.
John Walker's
Yeah,
new
a
podcast?
good dose of Doug.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Doug and Skeeter started a garage band.
What was it called?
I don't know, but yeah, their song was called "Banging on a Trash Can."
I'll tell you this: I'm old enough to remember being on the school bus and complaining with friends that Patty Mayonnaise cut her hair. That's how old I am. Is I remember that being like a thing that people were annoyed at.
Oh, that's awesome. That's like first Patty Mayonnaise, then Felicity. God damn it.
Yeah,
Can't these ladies keep their hair?
it wasn't even like a problematic complaint. It was more just like she looked different, and when a cartoon, that's like,
Yeah.
how dare they change the way somebody looks in a cartoon?
Yeah.
Doug was voiced by Billy West.
Yep.
What, for real?
Yeah,
I
from
did not
seasons
know
1 to
that.
4.
Okay. Wow. I didn't think we'd go this deep on Doug.
Dug deep.
We
God.
fucking
Last thing I'll say is this: when I started making T-shirts a few years ago.
yeah.
And one of the first, the movie Finding Forrester with
Sean
you're the
Connery.
man now, dog.
Yeah.
I made a shirt that's him. It says "You're the man now, Doug." It's fucking with Sean Connery on it. It's so stupid.
That's so stupid.
Referencing like one of the first memes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
right.
it.
Yeah,
That website's still active, I think.
it's still up.
It's
Yeah,
still up. You can go to you're the man now.
You're the man now, dog. God.
Every once in a while, I really think like, man, we still have it great. Like as a generation, we just have good shit that we get to enjoy. That's the dumbest shit in the world.
You-
Like,
We
Young
get to
listeners-
remember when the world wasn't awful.
yeah,
Young
stuff like
listeners,
that.
there was a time where the internet was a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Well, like our friend Jordan said the other day, like the internet was a place you could walk away from.
oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And that floored me.
yeah. I hadn't
Because
thought
that
about
really
Now,
has made a huge fucking difference in our lives.
Now, if you just meet people in real life, they're just the internet.
Yeah.
Like strangers just become the internet.
God.
We are internet. Immediately, her mood crashed. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't remember what's
Bart-
happening.
Yeah,
Bart
sorry.
Crazy. No, I love that Doug tangent. I can't find a name for his band. Maybe they didn't come up with one.
Yeah. Probably just thinking of the beats.
I definitely need to listen to Killer Tofu when we're done.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. He wasn't here. She didn't even have his new address so she could write him and find out what she'd done wrong to make him leave the way he had. Jesus Christ, get over him.
It wasn't your fault.
Right? Damn. She swore at her shadow. I guess she talks to it a lot. Finished her stint on the track mechanically and didn't bother to shower when the coach released her. She just dressed, grabbed her books and backpack, and jogged home. Her mother was feeling much better, but her father was in a foul mood. Roz was relieved when she was able to escape to her room after dinner. She sat in the window seat and read her history in the light of a small lamp her father had rigged on the wall. Every so often she looked out at the darkened street. Once in a while she cocked her head as if listening to the sound of a muffled, distant engine. She read several pages. She tried to remember what she'd just read and had a feeling that this whole night had been a waste of time. The book toppled unnoticed to the floor. She stretched, yawned, and leaned her head back against the wall, hands cupped around her knees. In less than an eye blink, she had fallen asleep.
That's fast.
The band's name was Doug's Garage Band.
Okay.
Ugh. What a fucking letdown.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's the actual name? It's not. Or that's
I
just
looked
like,
up the music video and it was the
just,
band name.
wow.
They might not have said that in the show, though. That might just be what it says on the music video.
It might also be the title of the episode.
Yeah.
I think it was. But maybe it's the title of all of those things. She woke at the sound of an engine bellowing and nearly fell off her seat in surprise. She looked outside, but the street was empty. All the houses were dark, and a full moon settled silver over the grass and trees. Where? ... question mark. The engine roared again, and she whirled. Inside, she thought. Oh my god, it's inside.
Your house?
Your house? She ran to the stairwell and listened, then rushed down to the door and flung it open. The hallway was short. To the right was her parents' room, to the left the bathroom. Just ahead was a short white railing, and slightly left were the stairs to the first floor. The house was dark. The engine bellowed again, then howled as gears changed, and she leapt from the bottom stair to the hall floor, caught herself on the railing, and raced to her parents' room. She threw open the door and called for her father.
Oh, God.
A single light burned on the nightstand. Shadows grew on the back wall. The bed was empty, and it hadn't been slept in. Oh my god, she gasped, and backed out, turned, and screamed when she saw a huge shadow crawling up the wallpaper by the stairs. Pressing herself against the wall, she moved toward her own door, swallowing a sudden rise of bile, unable to take her eyes from the shadow as it grew, as it shrank, as it became a large man riding a bike. I wonder if you're fucking dreaming, you crazy bitch.
I was just gonna say, what a weird thing to be actually happening.
Yeah.
The first thing she thought was, how can it move so slowly without falling over? The second thing was, what's he done to my parents? She could see him then. She could see the sleek black helmet and the visor that reflected nothing but a deeper, fuller black. He looked at her. She screamed and ducked into her stairwell, yanked the door closed and locked it. Then she stumbled back up the stairs. She had to hide, but there was no place to go. She had to escape, but it was too long a drop to the ground. The engine softened. Frantically, she looked around for something to use as a weapon, but couldn't find a thing. The engine rumbled like a great cat, its growl lingering deep in its throat. She knew it then. He was biding his time, and when he was ready, he would explode through the door and up the steps after her. Gross. The engine grumbled. She stood at the head of the stairs and tried to force herself to be calm. She had to think. There had to be some way she could get out of this. She could tie her bed sheets together and use them to climb down the front of the house. They wouldn't reach all the way, but the drop wouldn't be so bad then. Or she could grab her CD player or the receiver and throw them at him when he came through the door. He'd be knocked off the bike. She'd run past him and get out of the front to a neighbor's house.
CD players were pretty big back then.
I was just going to say, like, that
It was like the whole console.
Yeah, it was heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Slowly, the engine grew louder. She backed toward the window, her hands jumping at her sides. He wouldn't get her. "Who are you?" she called. No matter what, he wouldn't get her. "Who are you?" The engine roared. Roz screamed and turned to the window. The explosion of wood as the bike shattered the door galvanized her. Without thinking, without hesitation, she leapt headfirst through the window, glass shards stringing behind her like a glittering cape, pieces of window frame clinging oddly to her back. She fell. She didn't scream. She heard the engine bellow in frustration, and she landed.
She screamed. She lay on her back and looked up at a curiously moonless sky and realized that her scream had been in her mind, not her throat. Then she realized that there was no pain, and with a fall like that, she should have been in agony. The sky shifted when she turned her head and became the ceiling. The ground became her floor, and for a long, silent moment, she thought she was dead and haunting her own room. "God," she said breathlessly, grabbing a corner of the bedsheet to dry the cold perspiration from her face. God, it was real. Still, it took her almost a full minute to get up the nerve to look outside so she could prove to herself that it had only been a dream. And when she saw the soft moonlight and the empty street, her legs weakened, her fingers began to quiver, and it was all she could do to stumble into bed. It was all she could do not to run shrieking out of the room when she heard in the distance the soft growl of an engine, waiting, just waiting.
Good God. Ba, 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 ba.
I think it's moving too slow. I think this should have happened last chapter if I was going to say structurally speaking.
This book seems pretty short, though, which I'm very happy
does
about,
seem
because
short.
Hardy Boys felt like a goddamn eternity.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say is...
Well, and this felt like it was moving fast. We saw the motorcycle ban on, like, page 5.
Yeah.
But then nothing has happened.
Nothing's happened.
I was hoping we get a reveal before the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You'll just have to listen.
I'm Bart the Ghost.
Bart the Ghost. Yeah, I was thinking all of the same things, mercifully shorter than Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
And I was like watching the little progress bar at the end. I'm like, we're like a third of the way through this book. This is going to be awesome. It's been a long time since we read a book in 3 episodes. Also, though, the fucking, didn't the description of the book say, that someone dies?
Yeah.
No one's died. I thought that was going to happen in,
Bart,
the
we
second
know of.
chapter.
Maybe it's Bart.
Maybe it's Bart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It is slow, but
I like it. It's weird.
Yeah, it is very weird.
I think she wants to fuck that motorcycle.
She definitely wants to fuck that motorcycle.
She definitely has a thing for bad boys, except if they're an asshole to her specifically.
Yeah.
Like if they're nice to her, but an asshole to the world, she's into it.
Yeah.
But you can't be Forbin.
I wrote she had a motorcycle nightmare.
She did have a motorcycle nightmare.
Yeah,
This town has a thing for motorcycles, too.
Yeah, it's motorcycle town.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle town. Yeah, I'm into this. Bob, what did you think in general?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't trying to criticize it too much about saying it was slow. I was just hoping we would get the reveal of the origin of the motorcycle ghost. Other than that, though, I think it's probably I'm more interested in this than any of the other stuff I've read on the show.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, I feel like it's comprehensible, whereas some of the other stuff wasn't as much.
You've read some weird shit with it, like the stuff that you read with us
yeah.
has
Was that
been
two Christopher
specifically
Pikes?
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
That's a
the
lot.
first one I did, it was almost like surreal. It was like they were having visions, and there was something about like reality that they were questioning and everything. Remember that?
Was that?
Oh, the fucking
Was that Eternal Enemy? Or
I don't remember.
scavenger hunt.
Scavenger Hunt was crazy.
That
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah. Scavenger Hunt was nuts, and The Master of Murder was the worst Pike book that we read.
That
it
one was pretty boring and weird.
And very
I mean,
motorcycle heavy.
It was very motorcycle heavy.
Yeah, there you go. This seems like it's still like it's streamlined
Yeah.
as far as thought. You know, it stays with the main character well.
My favorite part
know,
about this book so far is how short it seems to be.
Yeah, that's great too.
It's flying by. Awesome. Okay, well, I can't wait to see what happens. Bob, thank you for coming back on the show. What would you like to plug for anyone listening to this?
I guess number one, FYIZ, of course,
Mm-hmm.
which Bekah and me are a little bit of a part of, and I think you guys too, right?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
been in there, here and
Was
there.
Billy Joel part of FYIZ?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
yes, so that we've all been on FYIZ.
The
Right,
catch-all
so
John
plugging-
Walker
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, John
Situation.
Walker's Catch-All, and then Writers Blockbusters is my script podcast.
Nice.
So.
Awesome. Chris, what would you like to plug?
If you're a fan of the hijinks we get up to on this show, then might I like to invite you on an improvisational comedic adventure we call The Sketchy Show, available wherever you get your podcasts, and a fellow Cactus Rodeo production. I'm also like to plug what I've been watching recently, and that's For All Mankind on Apple TV. I was watching it, I was like, why is this so good? And then I saw Ronald D. Moore's name, and I was like, that's why it's so good.
Battlestar Galactica, full circle.
Yep.
He made Battlestar Galactica.
Okay. Cool.
Becca, anything to plug?
No, Bob already did it for me.
All right. I'll plug Casting Dreams. By the time this comes out, you will probably, or we will have released another special episode where Patrick and I rank every single Resident Evil mainline game. And that's really, really specific to our interests. And so if you
A
like...
passion project for you.
It really is. Chris, this shit's 30 years in the making. We recorded half of the episode yesterday and realized that we were going way too long and that we needed to take a break and come back to it. So look out for what that's probably going to be like a 4-hour long episode. I don't even know.
We could do a part 1 and a part 2.
That's probably what we'll do, yeah. Thank you for listening. And I can't remember. I'm so sorry, whoever you are out there who actually recommended this book. A listener recommended this book. So thank you for the recommendation. We're having a blast so far. And if you're listening to this and you have a recommendation or something that you want us to read, let us know. Leave us a comment or send us an email. You can contact us at Cactus Rodeo. Or sorry, you can contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com. You can follow Below Grade Level on Instagram and TikTok, and you can follow Cactus Rodeo on YouTube and Facebook. That's it. Come back next time to find out what happens with Roz and the ghost motorcycle.
I've just started calling him Ghost Rider in my notes.
I mean, obviously, that's what he is. Yeah. Thank you. We love you. Bye.
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 Below Grade Level is a Cactus Rodeo production. You can subscribe to and follow Below Grade Level on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you find podcasts. Contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com and discover more of what Cactus Rodeo has to offer on Facebook and YouTube.